So I guess let's do some yoga. Make sure you have a prop of some sorts. I've got my fancy rolled up mat. I think I've had this rolled up mat for like 11 years. They're quite sturdy. So make sure you have a rolled up mat or a pillow or a block, just something you can squeeze. And then anything else that makes your practice more comfortable. So whether that's a folded blanket, additional blocks, those push-up bars if your wrists get tired, lots of different options, but making sure that you have what you need to make yourself most comfortable as you move through your practice. Find a seat on your mat. Root down through the sit bones. Draw up through the crown of your head. Close your eyes. Draw your shoulder blades back. Lift up to the heart without crunching in the low back. And as you shift into this alignment, notice how the body starts to stack relatively seamlessly. Sometimes we're pushing against some of those habitual patterns, right? A lot of us are arched forward through our chests, and so sitting up tall feels like work. Notice if that's the case for you. And instead of resisting that, just kind of soften into what is. Noticing that minor struggle, that minor challenge associated with it. And then lift up through the crown of your head so you grow a little bit taller towards the sky. Begin that Ujjayi breath if you haven't already. And just notice this idea of as you align your body, your breath can flow more freely. There's this seamless connection to your energy. And if you don't quite feel that, shift around. It's almost like you're trying to fit a piece into a puzzle, and all of a sudden you get it in the right spot and it just kind of clicks into space, and it's so satisfying. So feel if you can access that in your body. And keep that breath going strong to support that fluid line of energy. Take a few more breaths here. Slowly open your eyes, and we'll work with Nadi Shodhana today. So it's the alternate nostril breathing. We'll add a Kumbhaka breath retention in between the two sides. If you are pregnant, you will not do the Kumbhaka. You'll just keep this seamless inhale, exhale going the whole time without the hold. So pick up your right hand, hold under the pointer finger and the middle finger. Don't do it quite yet. If you're familiar with this, you're welcome to start at any point. But what we'll do is close off the right nostril, inhale through the left for a count of 5. We're going to do evens here. Hold both closed for 5. Exhale through the right for a count of 5. Inhale through the right, hold both, exhale left. So I'll guide you through, we'll do 4 rounds total. I'll guide you through the first 2 rounds, and then you'll do 2 on your own. One other piece to note here is if you start to think or feel that you can take a longer breath, you can extend that breath count, but just make sure it's even throughout the entire thing. So maybe you extend all the way up to 7, 10, 12 counts as we're doing breath, but we're going to start together with 5. Okay, got that right hand? Exhale the air out. Close off the right nostril, inhale through the left for 5. Hold both closed, 5. Exhale right for 5. Inhale right for 5. Hold both closed for 5. Exhale left for 5. Inhale left for 5. Hold both closed. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold both closed. Exhale left. On your own, do 2 more rounds. You're going to finish with an exhale out the left nostril. And take your time to complete, but once you're done, rest your hands in your lap and just notice what's shifted. Once again, creating that alignment. And then opening your eyes. Shift forward, coming onto hands and knees. And we're just going to flow here through some cat-cows and some basic spinal undulation. So nothing too fancy or something super fancy, up to you. You can scoop to the chest, opening the heart. Exhale, round the spine for a basic cat-cow. Just flowing here at your own pace. Maybe walking your hands forward and coming into a version of up dog. Maybe playing with some hip circles. Taking about 5 or so breaths, just loosening through the joints, moving really in any way that feels satisfying to your body today. Keep that breath strong. Keep that intention of being fluid with the body, with the breath. And then over the next 3 breaths, make your way back into your downward facing dog. So taking your time, really setting yourself up so you've got that strong alignment once again, really rooting down to the palms of your hands, fingers spreading wide so you've got that weight distribution. Pressing a little bit more through that pointer finger and the thumb. Curl toes under. Hips extend to the sky. And keep the knees bent, especially this first down dog of the practice. And then really allow for that experimentation. So maybe you're bouncing softly in and out of the pose. Maybe you're shifting the hips side to side or walking the feet, bending and straightening the legs. Just feeling into this inversion. There's really no wrong way to do this. Just feeling around, experimenting with your body, keeping your breath strong, your awareness keen. And then tiptoe your way up, feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Keep the knees pretty bent here so you are not putting pressure on the low back or the hamstrings just yet. On your inhale, scoop the chest forward and up, coming into this monkey pose. Exhale, knees stay bent, fold it back in. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Last one, reach forward through the crown of your head. It's like you're growing the spine long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll your way up to standing. So it's like you're stacking one vertebrae at a time. Sweep arms overhead. Take a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to sweep your arms back up to the sky. Interlace the fingers up top. Take a huge breath in, lift up. Exhale, hips shift to the right. Torso leans towards the left. Just taking a few breaths, stretching out the side body. Inhale, bring the torso back to center. Exhale, shift to the second side. Moving with your breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the arms behind you. Take a deep breath in, lift up to the heart, lean back slightly. Inhale, come back upright. Float the arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees. Start to roll your way down. Slowly and controlled, all the way to a seat on your mat. And then make your way all the way to your back. Some of you thought I was going to skip abs. Silly. All right, if you're pregnant, you're going to be on hands and knees. You're going to play with cat-cows and one arm, one leg, opposite extensions. Maybe doing the zigzag pose. So taking a few breaths in child pose, just playing around on hands and knees. Everyone else, come on to your back. Make sure you've got a prop in a reachable location. We'll start out though with a basic elbow to knee. So pretty simple here. Knees stack over your hips. Bent at less than 90-degree angles. Interlace the hands behind your head. And then shift the fingers over one position so you're clasping in that non-habitual way. Take a deep breath in, fill up the back body with breath. Maybe so much so that the kidneys press into the earth. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, and then relax your head into your hands. So your head and neck feel totally supported here. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach your right leg forward, 45-degree angle. Pull low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Press through that left foot, pull belly down. Inhale, back to center. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Press through that right foot, spread your toes, pull belly down. Back to center, hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach through the left foot, draw belly down. Back to center, hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach through the right foot, pull belly down. Inhale, back to center, hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach strongly through your left foot, pull belly down. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Reach through that right foot. Pull belly down. Back to center, hold the breath. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows to right thigh. Reach through that left foot, pull belly down. Back to center, one more round. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows to left thigh. Reach through that right foot, pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Back to center, hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone. Exhale, elbows to right thigh. Reach through that left foot, pull belly down. Tuck a little more. Inhale, back to center and release. Set your feet all the way to the mat. Let's come into a Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together, knees splay open. And if it feels okay on the shoulders and the spine, reach your arms overhead. Take this full body torso stretch. Wash a few breaths through the core, all the way out through the extremities. Imagine that channel, that seamless channel of energy, of breath flowing through your body. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Hands to the outer thighs, help the knees back together. Take hold of your prop. Place it in between your thighs. Float the legs up to the sky. All right, few things here. If you feel like this is pulling on your hamstrings or low back, bend your knees. If that feels too much still, bring your feet to the ground. Also, make sure that when you open your legs up, you are not going to collide with anything. All right, interlace hands behind your head once again. Take a huge breath and fill up the back body with breath. Hold that breath, press mid back into mat, curl tailbone up, squeeze your prop, exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle the legs. Exhale, curl tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath, press mid back to the mat, curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders, shoulder blades come up, squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone, reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze that second time, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, reach out through feet, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. One more round here. Hold full. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Inhale, left hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid back into mat. Curl tailbone up, squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a second time, pull belly down. Inhale, right hand to prop, straddle. Exhale, curl tailbone. Reach out through thighs, pull belly down. Inhale, legs back together and lower head and shoulder, feet to the mat. Set your fancy prop aside. Let's take some windshield wiper legs. So feet walk about mat width apart, arms come out to your sides. Exhale, knees to one side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the other side. And just start to get into a rhythm here with your breath, with your movement. Coming back through center. Set yourself up here for bridge pose. So knees stack over your heels, feet about hip width apart. Tuck tailbone so you feel your lower abdominals activated. And then inhale, peel your spine away from the mat, lift up into bridge. Whatever you'd like with your arms today. But really focus on that back body supporting the lift, and then this freedom for the frontal plane to just expand with breath. So saturating the chest, the belly with oxygen. As your mind wanders, come back to this present moment. Come back to sensation, so what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. And keep in mind this intention of fluid movement in the body. Seamless connection. So if you feel stopped up or trapped in some areas, shift around, focus on the breath, helping you alleviate some of that tension. 5 more breaths here. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Slowly roll your spine down to the mat. As your hips touch, release. So either that's pressing the thighs away or pulling the knees to your chest. Just getting some release through the low back. And roll over onto your side. With your neck relaxed, bring your way up, or bring yourself up to seated. Head comes up last. Turbo dog. We haven't done this one for a while, so it's about time, right? So you're going to come forward, after I finish my hair, onto hands and knees. I'm going to set up for turbo dog. You can always do turbo puppy as well, so there's a few places we can play here. All right. Forward onto hands and knees. Hopefully you were already there. Hands are shoulder width or slightly wider apart. We're going to start out with our turbo puppy. Elbows bend so they're hovering above the ground. And then notice naturally our elbows, for most of us, go out beyond the shoulders and the wrist. Bring them back into alignment. So it's like you're squeezing an invisible beach ball. Squeeze the forearms together isometrically. So you've got that contraction happening, engaging to the chest. Press down through the palms. Take a few breaths here. Now this is where you can stay in turbo puppy, or turn this into a turbo dog, which is basically like you're hovering between down dog and dolphin. So curl toes under, hips extend to the sky. Keep that action going of elbows squeezing towards one another. Head stays heavy. Press down strongly through the palms of your hands. Lift up to the sit bones. Breathe through this intensity. 5 more breaths. We won't stay here super long today. Though I did once have a teacher that made us do a 3-minute turbo dog. Not my favorite. Relax the jaw. Exhale, knees to the earth, child's pose. Hips settle towards the heels, arms extend forward. If this bothers your joints, keep your hips elevated so you're not putting pressure on the knees. Breathe here into the back body, 5 breaths just to counter the intensity. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. Exhale, curl your toes under, press back to down dog. And just walk it out here. So there's some movement, some freedom for your body, your breath. There's a very loud car. And from here, make your way to the top of your mat, stepping or hopping. Inhale, spinal extension, that halfway lift. Exhale to fold it back in. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms sweep overhead. Maybe a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, hands to heart center. Classical sons, let's flow here. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Lift and open through the torso. We'll stay here for an extra breath or two. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back, plank. You're welcome to skip this. Otherwise, flow with me through the Vinyasa Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. We'll all meet up in down dog. Inhale, step left foot forward, lunge. Lift and open. Stay here for an extra breath. Torso extending, breathing into the heart all the way through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to mat. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up, reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's flow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Open it up. Exhale, hands to mat, plank. Through Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Exhale, hands to mat, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Exhale, hands to mat, Vinyasa. Down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, lunge. Exhale, forward folds. One more round, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round at your own pace. So I'll guide it softly, but your goal is to listen to your breath and flow at the rhythm that matches you. We'll start together. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, Vinyasa. Down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one. Open up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lunge, right foot back. Vinyasa. Down dog. Inhale, lunge, right foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center, mountain pose. Take a moment, simply establish your breath. See if you can soften, but still have some muscular integrity. Letting the breath expand you on the inhale, hug you on the exhale. Inhale, float the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, sit back to chair pose, Utkatasana. Release the arms behind you. If you can, interlace the fingers. You can also use a strap for this, or to simply reach the hands back behind you. Lift the heart, breathe especially into the chest. Keep the hands interlaced. If you have it, exhale, forward fold. Few breaths here, slowly straightening out the legs. Exhale, lower the clasp, release your arms down. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, step your way back to plank. Core is strong, integrity through the abdominals, reach back through the heels, drop forward through the crown of the head. You're welcome to move directly to down dog or flow through that vinyasa. Slow and controlled chaturanga. Once you're at a 90-degree angle with the elbows, scoop the chest through. Upward facing dog. Draw shoulder blades back. Really lift the chest. Exhale, curl toes under. Hips extend up and back. Downward facing dog. Welcome to walk it out here. You can always turn the down dog into turbo dog. Inhale, float the left leg up to the sky. Slow, controlled movement. And then once again, tapping that intention of finding that seamless pathway. So as you root through your hands, stack the shoulders in a diagonal over the wrists. Let the hips follow in line. And then that leg is an extension. Right heel works towards the earth but doesn't need to come anywhere near it. Breathe here. Feeling that breath flow through the spinal line, through this seamless pathway you've created. Exhale, knee hugs to chest. Puff up to the upper back, feel your core engaged, then set the foot down softly. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Torso lifts, arms float to the sky. Deepen your lunge here. Engage to the legs, hugging inner thighs towards one another. Breathe as you lift the heart. You can always exhale out the mouth. Exhale into archer with crescent lunge. So left arm comes back behind you. Right arm, elbow bends. Maybe grabbing clothing or hands if you can. Lift the chest. If it feels good, you can lean back. Turn this into a bit of a heart opener, as long as you don't feel like it's crunching through the low back. Really connect to that fluid, strong breath supporting you in this pose. Inhale, torso upright. Re-extend both arms. Exhale into a spinal twist, your choice. Either right elbow hooks over the left thigh or right hand comes to the inside of the leg. If you're with the prayer twist, make a fist of the right hands. Open up through the heart. Let your breath guide you deeper so you're not torquing. Inhale, unwind out of that. Bring both hands to the inside of that left foot. Lengthen out your stance. You're welcome to stay up on the palms, or if it's accessible today, come all the way down to your forearms, bringing them to the ground or blocks. If this is too intense, you can always bring that right knee down to the ground. Breathe into the hips, into the pelvic floor. Wherever you are, keep that energetic connection, lifting through the right knee. Even if the knee is on the ground, you've got that engagement. 5 more breaths. Exhale, lower the right knee down if it's not already. Come up to the palms of your hands. Frame that left foot once again. You may need to add some padding under the right knee. Shift the hips back so you're stacked over the right knee. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. So left leg straightens out. Folding the torso over that left leg. Connect to your breath. Inhale, bend the left knee. Walk hands forward. Step your way back to plank pose. Your choice, vinyasa or directly to down dog. Move with your breath. Exhale to down dog if you're not there already. Inhale, slow and controlled. Float that right leg to the sky. It's like your breath is blowing up a balloon as your leg slowly lifts to the sky. See if you can tap into a little bit of the lightness that may be accessible. Keep pressing strongly through the hands, extending up through the sit bones, lengthening through that right leg. Exhale without momentum, hug right knee into chest. Set your foot down softly. Inhale, rise to Crescent Lunge. Take a moment, connect into your alignment in this pose. Soft engagement through the core, activation through both legs, arms lifting without stressing. Exhale, bend the left elbow. Wrap that right arm behind your back for Archer and Crescent Lunge. Lift through the heart, maybe lean back slightly if that feels good. Inhale, float the arms back up to the sky. Exhale into your spinal twist. Left elbow over the right thigh if you can, or bring the left hand to the inside of the foot. Twist open. Inhale, unwind. Both hands to the inside of that right foot. Keep the breath strong. You may need to walk the right foot to the outside of the mat. Option, come all the way down to your forearms. Breathe down into your hips. Back knee can come down for support if needed. But you're ultimately listening to your body, working for that fluid flow of energy. So if you feel stopped up somewhere, soften, see if you can unwind some of that unnecessary tension. Exhale, left knee to the ground if it's not already. Come up to the palms of your hands. Walk the right foot in so you're framing that front foot. Shift the hips back so you're stacked over the right knee, straighten out that, stacked over the left knee. Straighten out the right leg, fold. Breathing here. Exhale, bend the right knee, walk your hands forward, step back to plank pose. Either directly to down dog or flow through that vinyasa. All the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. This time, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Breathe into the space around that hip joint, the lower abdominals. Inhale, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, without momentum, step the left foot through. Inhale, warrior two, rise up with the breath. My mom should know to not call me in the middle of yoga class. Float the arms up. Come deep into this warrior, stacking the left knee over the ankle. And then open your hips here by drawing that left knee back, right hip bone back. And it's kind of this constant game of push and pull, right? Where you're feeling for the hip and the knee coming into alignment. If you could actually get them into alignment, you could do like crazy full splits. Reverse warrior, flip the left palm to the sky. Exhale, reach up and back, opening through this left side body. Breathe into the space you've created here. Inhale, left arm forward. Let the head hang heavy for a neck stretch. Maybe moving the jaw. Sometimes that releases the ears even. Reach through the left hand. Come back up, warrior two. Left forearm to left thigh. Side angle pose. Right arm reaches up overhead. We'll take a few breaths here, just expanding, opening. Extended warrior variation. Take that right arm, wrap it behind the back, tucking it into your clothing or grabbing hold of the inside of that left thigh with your hand. Wherever you are, draw the right shoulder closer to the spine. Let your head hang. Make sure you're not sinking into that left shoulder. Really press the thigh away. Breathe here. Option to move a little bit deeper. Unhooking that right hand, bringing the left hand to the ground. You're welcome to stay like this, or there's two other options. Option one, right arm to the sky, or come into the bind, clasping hands under that left leg, still opening through the heart. Inhale, release. Windmill your hands to the mat. Come into Pigeon Pose. Right foot inches over to the outside, or left foot rather. Wow, I'm dyslexic today. That's not the correct use of that word. Left foot to the outside of the right side of the mat. You're welcome to stay upright if you want more of that energetic version, or come more into the sleeping swan variation. Fold over that left leg. Breathe into the hips. We'll just take 5 breaths here. Keep the legs active so you're not totally sinking into the earth. Inhale, walk your hands back up. Curl the right toes under. Step back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg slowly extends up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Breathing into the hip. Re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step that right foot through. Warrior 2. Back heel roots. Inhale, windmill your way up. Arms parallel to the earth. Fill this pose with breath. Notice if you can tap into some softness here. It's part of that seamless flow of energy is that even when you're activated, there's still a release, still a softness. Reverse warrior, flip the right palm. Exhale, up and back, opening this right side body. Breathing into the right hip flexor, obliques. And then come into the neck stretch. Reach the right arm forward. Relax the left ear towards the shoulder. Reach through the right arm. Warrior 2. Come forward into side angle. Right forearm down. Left arm reaches overhead. Pretty simple here. Really root down through the outer edge of that left foot. Lengthen through the left hand. Saturate this pose with breath. Inhale, reach that left arm back behind you. Come into the bind, or grab hold, or rather, sorry, not the bind. Either tuck the hand into the pants or grab hold of the inside of the thigh. Wherever you are, let the head hang. Maybe some jaw movements here. Releasing through the ears. You're welcome to stay exactly as you are, or bring that right hand down. Maybe left arm extends to the sky, or come into the bind, left hand behind you, clasp hands behind the right thigh. Still opening through the chest. Inhale, unwind, pigeon pose. Right foot to the outside of the left mat. Left side of the mat. Do you have 2 mats? I do not. On your exhale, fold over the right thigh, or stay upright if that's what you prefer. Fluid, intentional breaths. Really saturate this hip joint with oxygen and awareness. Inhale, walk your hands back up. Step to plank. Flow through that vinyasa. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, step left foot forward, warrior two. So rising up here. Straighten out the left leg, triangle pose. You may want to shorten your stance. Left hand reaches far forward and down. Right arm extends up to the sky. Find that fluid breath once again. Lift through the heart. Exhale, bend the left knee. Left hand stays on the ground or a block, right arm to the sky. So really lifting through the chest here. All right, listen carefully. Exhale, right arm behind your back. So we're revisiting side angle. Come into the bind if you can. Easy bird of paradise or hand to big toe pose. If you have the bind, keep it. If you don't have the bind, don't worry about it. Everybody, take that right foot, hop it forward. It may take a few hops to bring the right foot to meet the left. All right. If you have the bind, keep it as long as it's not pulling on that shoulder. If it's pulling on the shoulder, release it. Everybody shift the weight into your right foot. And you're just going to go for it. Inhale, rise up to standing. All right, if you have the bind, start to straighten out the leg up. If you don't have the bind, reach down, grab hold of the big toe, start to straighten out your leg, hand to big toe pose. Lift the chest, 3 more breaths. Hopping around is totally acceptable here. Exhale, rewind, lower that left foot slowly down. If you have the clasp, try to keep it. Step the right foot to the back of your mat. Release the arms. Step back to plank pose. Option to go directly to down dog or flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, step right foot forward. Warrior two. Straighten out the right leg, triangle pose. Right arm forward, tip it over, left arm to the sky. We'll hang out here for a few breaths, just opening up. Exhale, bend the right knee, right hand to the inside of the foot. Lengthen up with the left arm. Exhale, wrap the left arm behind your back. Come into your bind. So revisiting this bound side angle. If you can't bind, don't worry about it. Wherever you are though, hop that left foot forward. All right. Shift the weight into the left foot. As long as it's not bothering that right shoulder, try easy bird of paradise. If you do not have the bind, you're going to do the same thing just without the bind. Inhale, commit, rise up. Fix your gaze at something that's not moving. If you're in the bind, extend the right leg out. If you're not, reach down, grab hold of the big toe. Work to extend the leg. Lift through the chest, 3 more breaths. Exhale, rewind, lower the right foot down. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Make your way back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Exhale to downward facing dog. Exhale, step or float through to a seat. And come all the way onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Little rocking side to side. Inhale, reach arms overhead, extend the legs forward. This full body morning stretch. And from here, any final pose or movement of choice, taking 5 to 10 breaths to complete your practice. If you feel ready though, or as soon as you do feel ready, make your way into Shavasana. This place of final relaxation. It's finding a place where your breath can settle, your body can be held. And really just surrendering. Letting go for these last few moments of class. To deepen your breath. If you would like a longer Shavasana, please stay. Otherwise, roll over to your side. Make your way to a seat on your mat. Inhale to reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Notice the shift in your body, mind. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.